Welcome, and thank you all for joining us for our Accelerator Fall Showcase event. The 2020 year has been challenging for all of us, but especially for startups and small business owners. And yet, in times like these, new leaders emerge. Tonight, you'll hear from startup founders who have persevered despite this year's challenges. Driven by necessity, they demonstrated their ability to be nimble and adapt. That sort of adaptability is at the heart of a successful entrepreneurship, and it's at the heart of our Price Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. UCLA Anderson has been teaching entrepreneurs and supporting their dreams for almost 50 years. The tenacity, drive, and relentless optimism that entrepreneurs possess are needed now more than ever, and our students embrace this mindset. Last year alone, 225 students across our MBA programs enrolled in the business creation option to fulfill their master's thesis requirement. You'll hear shortly from Trish Halleman-Darris, the terrific director of the Venture Accelerator, and she'll introduce you to the founders who are presenting this evening. They are sure to inspire us all. In fact, 85% of the teams that have participated in the Venture Accelerator launched successfully, a remarkable outcome. This generation of students makes it clear, again and again, of their desire to live purposeful lives. These interests align with our mission as part of a great public university. Our commitment is to prepare leaders to face the challenges and opportunities of a rapidly changing world with competence, confidence, and aspirations that go beyond narrow self-interest. I'm very proud to lead this institution and could not be more grateful for the role that each of you play at UCLA Anderson. Thank you for your support of the school. Your contributions will help us flourish today and in the future. Now to my colleague, Al Osborne, the founder and faculty director of the Price Center. Al?
Thank you, Tony. And let me add my personal welcome to all of you, the presenting teams, members of the UCLA Anderson community, and our many friends, mentors, and fellow entrepreneurs. It's wonderful to have everyone here tonight in support of these teams and Anderson's entrepreneurial efforts. This is our 5th showcase event, and we're honored to have you join us. Entrepreneurship takes vision. A few years ago, the accelerator was an idea that Elaine Hagan and I shared the vision with then Dean Olian, our partners at UCLA and Rosenfeld Libraries, and friends like Bill Grabe, Jim Friedman, and Maxine and Jean Rosenfeld, all of whom helped make this vision a reality. Many more of you have offered your support since that time, for which we are profoundly grateful. And I hope to convince a few more of you to do so before I take off my fundraising hat for good.
Thanks everyone for joining our 5th showcase event. I always enjoy this event as spirits are high, and this year's no different. Because we are presenting digitally, the software platform we are using is not Zoom, but rather one of our own company's event offerings that includes live avatar networking after the presentations. This, no doubt, will be fun, probably risky, but hey, isn't that what we're here celebrating tonight? Your continued support, guidance, and contribution makes tonight possible, as it is a milestone that required many people working in concert. And if nothing else, 2020 has emphasized the need to connect with one another, help one another, and lift one another. One truth we can all agree on is that for anybody to be successful, it takes many people helping them along their journey. In fact, even UCLA neuroscientists have researched and concluded to be healthier and happier, giving back is a critical element in our habits. So the good news is tonight is a celebration of your give back to our founders and to our program. Thank you for that. In an effort to leverage this year's digital format, address the increasing demand of our program, and give back to support more founders, we actually added a 4-month program this summer called Activate. Activate is our incubator model where success is to develop a prototype in order to apply to the more extensive Accelerate program. Thus, our annual program is called Activate to Accelerate. In fact, we just concluded our 6th cohort where we've supported 61 companies, 2 have been purchased, 92 million raised in venture capital, and 24 million in sales revenue. Not bad. A new and fun trend, Our few alumni companies, K-Pop Foods and UNest, have garnered the attention and investments of influencers. To highlight this trend and impact of the extensive entrepreneurship programs at Anderson, we created our inaugural podcast series with our colleagues in Anderson Marketing. Thanks, guys. And these podcasts are now live on the Anderson YouTube site. These podcasts are moderated by our entrepreneur in residence, Rod Kurtz, who discusses the entrepreneurship program with mentors in our ecosystem, including Rob Deerdeck, Baron Davis, Chris O, Dinesh Marjani, Per Wehrlander, and our very own Dr. Al Osborne. Give these a listen as they offer interesting insights on business strategy in relation to our social and economic climate. Tonight, the event starts with current cohort companies from both the Accelerator and the Business Creation Option Program led by Jeff Shinerock. After the initial presentations, a few select alumni companies will present and discuss their traction. To be able to bring you the presentations tonight, it is only done with the support of what I call the A-Team, led by Elaine Hagan with Janet Chung, Will Freese, and Jen McMillan. We too work in concert to maximize the experiential learning to the founders to increase the probability of their success. So now, let's enjoy the founders' pitches. First up tonight is Liam with Pixel Canvas. Let's do this.
Thank you guys all so much for joining me tonight at Pixel Canvas for UCLA's Demo Day. And thank you to Trish and UCLA Anderson for allowing me to host this event. We're Pixel Canvas, and we're making digital events and conferences work for a digital age, especially just sort of looking forward into the future, imagining what events will be like in 10 years, and sort of accelerating what that process is going to be like for 2020. Digital events are the next frontier. We're looking ahead and saying, oh, the industry was already moving this direction, where 96% of event organizers already had plans to live stream. And even post-COVID, as we move towards digital events, Business Insider found that they had 8 times more revenue in their digital events post-COVID-19. And so just taking a little bit of an abstraction from that, as the digital events industry moves forward, and even, post-COVID when things return to normalcy, if you aren't doing a hybrid event or a digital event, you're going to be left behind. And that comes down to a few key principles, right? So from an ROI perspective, digital events are much cheaper to produce and they have a much higher reach, allowing you to get a lot more engagement with a lot less of your money. What makes events work and why aren't they working right now? Well, it all starts with connecting from a brand, which sort of has a lot of ideas, a product they want to sell, ideas that they want to spread, and connecting them with their audience. And to do that, you need 3 different pieces: presentations, product showcases, and an attendee networking system that lets everyone talk together, gets the event really attractive, and makes it really fun to explore. Unfortunately, the current approach is brand, presentations, attendees, right? So a brand is going to be setting up their live stream, everyone's going to watch, it's going to be sort of boring. And that's a lot of the reason why you're getting Zoom fatigue right now. So looking at a competition, it's all presentations, but with a little spin. So we've got presentations with video conferencing, hello Zoom, and hello Google Meet. This doesn't work super great because if you put 50 people in a room, no one can really hear each other, you can't really break out, and you're not going to be able to engage with the products directly. You've also got presentations with cartoony avatars. This might be looking at Verbella, Engage. A lot of times these require VR headsets, a little bit something to download, and you still can't interact with the products directly, and it puts a lot of focus on something that I don't think matters to a lot of people. And lastly, landing pages. Presentations with landing pages. These are just sort of sites that have cobbled together your presentations, your live streams, and a bunch of web pages that you sort of have to click through individually, and it's not very good. We've had a lot of negative response from them. Wouldn't you rather attend this? This is Pixel Canvas, and you're already in it, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. but you can actually walk around as if this was a 3D video game, interact with products by picking them up, and even play collaborative, really cool multiplayer games that teach the concepts of the brand they're trying to show you. We're already in the market. We've done some really great events with Verizon, British Telecom, and we've got some really good stuff coming up with Activision Blizzard, Cybereason, and lastly, most importantly, Freeman. Freeman is the leading events provider in the world. They did $2.7 billion in revenue just in 2019, and being able to partner with them and take a large part of their digital marketing and digital events is really, really big for us. So we're looking forward to 2021. And of course, lastly, UCLA Anderson. So thank you guys all for being here once again. From a unit economic standpoint, it just makes a ton of sense. Physical events average $750,000 and take about 6 months to deploy, which means that a single, provider can only provide so many physical events at the same time, whereas a digital event can scale to, only cost $300K at the top line, and it only takes about 6 weeks to deploy. And especially because if you're doing multiple events, you just turn it on 6 times, 10 times, instead of having to worry about resetting everything up and, handling the event individually, multiple occasions in multiple spaces. I'd like to talk a little bit about our team. My name is Liam, co-founder and CEO. With me, I've got Joey and Kevin. And together, we were able to bring our latest product to market in under 5 months during COVID. In our previous iteration, we also made a VR game, which won an award at CES, sold really, really highly on Steam. And together, we have a total of about 14 people on the team working really, really hard. We're looking for new business and friends for future rounds. So feel free to reach out and contact me if you'd like to stay up to date. We do a newsletter every month, just sort of detailing where we are with Pixel Canvas. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Diana Gerard, and I'm the founder of Magic Dates, the first better-for-you snack company to use dates as our hero ingredient. I want to share a story about a man named Borna. He has an interesting name and a secret addiction. He's always on the go and craves sugar at work. And so he would have a donut a day. The donut would give him a little surge in energy, but sure enough, he would crash. And the cycle continued for years. The irony is, Borna is a doctor. He works at a hospital and sees firsthand the consequences of an overindulgence in refined sugars. Most of his patients have diabetes, an avoidable lifestyle disease. Oh, and by the way, Borna is my husband. I wanted to help him kick his sugar habit, and I knew that there were millions of people out there like him. Growing up in Syria, my mom would always have dates out for me and my brothers whenever we asked for candy. And I wondered, is it possible to indulge in something sweet and delicious, yet good for you? Can I use this old world fruit of my ancestors to create better for you foods for our hectic lives in the West? Enter Magic Dates, the snack with benefits. It's made of whole, nutrient-dense ingredients that are better together. We're creating indulgent treats that satisfy that sweet tooth, all with no added sugars. Borna kicked his refined sugar habit, yay Borna, and replaced the donut with Magic Dates. The global consumption of dates is on the rise, with North America being the fastest growing. Our Nutrition Bites category was up by an incredible 50% during COVID, and Magic Dates is on the forefront of capturing this market. With our clean label ingredients and new age branding, our brand resonates with that millennial and Gen Z consumer. They're catching on to this trend of a better for you sweet alternative. Over the past 2 years, we have proven that there is a market for our snacks. There's also a great opportunity to take our date-based offerings beyond the snacks category and beyond the bites category. Just last year, you would have been able to find Magic Dates in over 200 locations. This year, we launched nationwide at Cost Plus World Market at over 240 locations with our 100% dark chocolate covered bites. And soon after that, we joined the UCLA Venture Accelerator and tripled our Amazon sales during the same time period. Not too long ago, we launched with Whole Foods across Southern California at all 40 locations. And just recently, we made our nationwide debut on QVC. Looking forward to next year, we're excited for placement with Thrive Market, with Costco, and opening up 2 more distribution centers with UNFI, that's a national food distributor. We're also eager to launch 2 new products and have placement in over 1,200 stores. All this is to say that retail buyers are interested and excited about Magic Dates. They believe that we can help them achieve their sales goals. For us, it's a matter of expanding our marketing footprint and communicating our value to our consumers. We have more than doubled our revenue year over year and project to close out 2022 with $1.5 million in sales. We will achieve this by diversifying our distribution channel and simplifying our customers' journey in 3 ways. 1, only 5% of food shopping is happening online right now. Studies show that this segment is growing and that COVID has accelerated this growth. Capturing this market is central to our strategy. And 2, new retail store openings were up by 30% in 2018. So we will continue to target key retailers in this traditional channel. And finally, we sell wholesale to distributors in order to scale and better manage our logistics. Our traction so far makes sense given the global size of the natural foods market. Our snacks category is worth $4 billion in the US alone. During just the second half of COVID, there was a 30% increase in better for you product sales and in customers reading labels. Consumers are making healthier choices. This is a sustainable trend, not a fad. Unlike our competitors, we don't sell a commodity, although we could as we expand our product line. We will continue to innovate and use dates in novel ways, and we will stay true to using whole ingredients with no added sugars, which many of our competitors compromise on by using highly processed ingredients and refined sugars. My background has varied across sales and marketing, which has been vital for the early success of Magic Dates. You may remember Borna from our story earlier. He informs our R&D. Mark Ebling is the previous CEO of Joe's Candy. He has developed national programs for Starbucks, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and Bed Bath & Beyond, and beyond. He's an advocate for Magic Dates and believes in our vision. We are looking to raise $450,000 in order to expand our marketing strategy, hire an operations manager, and invest in R&D. Our success so far has been self-funded, so imagine what we can do with more resources. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Hi everyone, my name is Seungjun, CEO of Delta Bioanalytics. We are digitizing blood for the future of human health. These are the biomarkers used for our annual blood test. For the past 40 years, we have been using the same 32 biomarkers for our routine checkup. Even with all the tests doctors can order, they are looking at about 1,000 biomarkers in total, leaving more than 4,000 biochemicals unexamined. The complete view of all types of molecules, known as multiomics, has been shown to improve diagnostic performance across a wide range of disease. Many researchers and companies are sprinting toward to use this multiomics for early detection of disease and better patient care. However, it is a huge pain to conduct this cutting-edge research. You need to send multiple samples to different labs, and you have to have a bioinformatics expert to integrate the data at the risk of deserting the results. In total, this costs thousands of dollars. What Delta is providing is one-stop shop. We measure proteins, lipids, electrolytes, metabolites, and all other small molecules for just $500 per sample, dramatically simplifying multiomic analysis. We can do this because we invented a new way of using mass spectrometry to analyze all biochemicals in a single assay. We take macromolecules and clip them into smaller pieces. We pair misbehaving molecules with chemical chaperones. We digitize this complex mixture using high-resolution LCMS, and we reassemble the sample in the computer using bioinformatic algorithms. This spectrogram shows our analysis of human plasma. Each of these colored specks represent a unique molecular feature in blood. For example, zooming in more than 1,000 times to this specific mass and retention time, we find a signal for glucose. And over here, we find one form of triglycerides. In this assay, there are hundreds of proteins, lipids, electrolytes, metabolites, drug, environmental chemicals, and small molecules. In total, we detect over thousands of diverse biochemicals in a single run. We have gone on to demonstrate an important proof of concept. Using our machine learning, our data can be used to discover brand new biomarker signatures, getting smarter with every run. Traditionally, diagnoses are just based on few biomarkers. Here, highlighted by these yellow boxes, are all of the analytes that we have found associated with aging, cardiovascular disease, inflammation, and dementia. Remember, these aren't separate assays. We can look at all of this and far more in a single assay. We are not just another diagnostic company trying to sell a one-off test. We are empowering researchers to replace existing tests with superior biomarker signatures, and more importantly, to discover brand new tests addressing numerous unmet diagnosed needs. To empower researchers, we are entering research market first. By using the revenue and data in our research platform, we will develop new clinical tests to expand the clinical laboratory testing market. We envision Delta's multi-omic is much like next generation sequencing, a complete scan for numerous disease and condition. Unlike sequencing, we can create a low-cost liquid biopsy for rare and common disease. Long-term, this means we can integrate into existing healthcare practice as annual blood test. This is the value that we are offering to our customers in rapidly growing multi-omic market. We are now generating six-figure revenue from small to Fortune 500 companies and collaborating with researchers to answer questions such as, can we diagnose congenital defects before birth? Can we replace steroid with natural non-toxic compound? Can we diagnose cancers early? Austin invented this technology while he was doing his PhD at UCLA, where he demonstrated for the first time in history that he could analyze all major biochemicals in a single run. I met Austin while I was working on my first venture for early detection of congenital heart defect. Within 1 year after we started our company together, we raised over $500,000. We made our technology commercially available and generated six-figure revenue. In our seed round, we are planning to expand our team, make key algorithms, generate seven-figure revenue, and launch our clinical laboratory services. We have full protection of our technology stack with exclusive licensing of the analytical method from UCLA and development of the bioinformatic algorithms in-house at Delta. We are planning to raise our seed round soon, so please come find us if you are interested in learning more about how digitized blood will change the future of human health. Thank you.
All right, good evening. We are the co-founders of Rabble Health. I am Aubrey Kelly. This is Kimberly Tableman, and we are so excited to present to you our MyRabble platform. Now, they say that there's an app for everything, but now there's an app to actually manage their cancer. So let's say you have a loved one who's diagnosed tomorrow. Where do they turn? Where do you turn? You might turn to Google, maybe WebMD. Personally, PubMed was my poison. These platforms are not specific enough. They don't give you the tactical steps that you need to ask the right questions of your oncologist. They don't give you visibility into the advocacy organizations that can truly help you along your journey. Very simply put, we combine that and we solve for that with MyRabble. So how does the business model work? We are free for patients. We are free for their care team. We are promoted through institution because we are an essential part of patient-centered care. Advocacy organizations go through us to distribute information around the various services that they have, but our revenue is by leading high impact, high precision medicine educational campaigns through life science organizations. It's important to note that these campaigns are high revenue for us as well. They're $500,000 to $2 million, but MyRabble is a platform to package it all together. As excited as I am about the platform, which Kimberly will highlight, I am even more excited about the team. We are pharma turned health tech, and that's unique in this digital health space, and it's important for two reasons. Number one, we understand our paying customer. Number two, we understand patient privacy. Our platform has gone beyond just HIPAA standards, and we have used the same standards of patient privacy as clinical trial systems. And number three, we understand the patient journey. This young man is my son. He's enjoying Zoom style kindergarten these days, but in 2017, he was diagnosed with a rare cancer and needed a bone marrow transplant. The only person in the whole world who was his genetic match was a stranger to us and a female from France. This is the face of precision medicine. What that means is that your choice of therapy is no longer dependent on you on your disease. It's actually dependent on your genetic makeup. This is what precision medicine looks like.
Precision medicine is complex, but MyRabble makes it simpler. There are 1.8 million people that are diagnosed with cancer annually, and there are over 700 approved cancer therapies currently on the market. There are another 1,000 therapies in development, and 860 of those are precision medicines, which means they need to find the right person. In addition, pharma is already spending exorbitantly to try to reach the right people, and the traditional channels are not working. MyRabble is a very specific channel that goes directly to the patients that the pharma companies are trying to reach. MyRabble was built with utility for the patient first. So we provide the opportunity to identify both your personal and professional care team. We help you understand your treatment options. We help you also connect with a cancer sponsor, so someone else who's already been through the journey. And we help you manage your calendar, including mood tracking, which helps you understand your mental health as you go through the journey. We are not the first cancer app that's out there and available, but we are one of the first that is direct to patient, and we are serving both institutions and pharma.
Now, where have we gone and where are we going? So in 5 short months, and this is incredible, in 5 short months, not only have we actually developed our MVP, a web app and apps for your phone, but we have already launched our beta tech at the Oncology Clinical Pathways Congress. Importantly, we already have institutions that are willing to distribute our care packages for newly diagnosed cancer patients. And our business model is being tested, and we are working forward with 3 leading pharma companies in terms of educational campaigns. We are a network effect platform. The more registered, the more education campaigns we can sell. And importantly, we're at seed stage. We're raising a $2 million fund. It's a 15% discount for Series A, and we invite you to be part of our raffle. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Ruane, and I'm one of the co-founders of Evie. Evie is an online platform that streamlines booking group events. We are enabling the future of work and socializing. People are out of ideas, and Zoom fatigue is very real. Companies have shifted to remote work, and teams are feeling more disconnected now more than ever. There's no more large holiday parties or in-office mixers, and instead, people are transitioning to these mid-size events like corporate happy hours or team building or birthday parties. There's nowhere to discover new group event ideas for these mid-size gatherings. Evie.com is our solution. It's an online functioning website right now, and it's a platform for finding and booking group gatherings. It's tailored to the virtual space for now, but it's extensible for in-person gatherings in the future. We've built out a searchable virtual event platform where you can discover event providers and private venues. We've aggregated over 100 options at this time. Additionally, we streamlined the mid-size events booking process with a robust messaging platform and even built out a community review and inspiration platform for like-minded event planners to share what they're doing to change with these times. An example of an EV is booking out an escape room, all virtual, so your team members can be anywhere in the United States or even in the world. This, in 2 simple clicks, we were able to book out the heist, and the whole team really enjoyed the experience. Additionally, we aim to tackle the in-person event gatherings. Here, the patio at the Lincoln was booked out in 2 simple clicks. We were able to discover that they had AV equipment and all of these things that we liked, but they didn't have any food. So we added Taco Guy Catering all on EV.com and put together a robust mid-sized platform. Our business model is simple. We take 10% of the entire transaction. We're free for customers, and we take our incremental revenue for venues and event providers. We don't make money until they make a lot more money. Another positive trend we're seeing in the virtual space is that we're actually able to collect 15% of the entire transaction. We launched our .com back in February, and then we joined the Anderson Venture Accelerator. In May, we fundraised $100,000 from local angels, including execs at Google and Nextdoor. This August and September, we launched our community platform and released our virtual offerings. In our first week alone, we were able to drive 10 virtual bookings. Our customers keep coming back for more. We've worked with Hulu, Google, Latham & Watkins, and even Anderson School. The best part about this is that people don't just book us once, they book us multiple times. Our launch in Los Angeles. We have targeted 400 companies that we know spend on average $150,000 on in-person and virtual team building. EV with our existing sales pipelines can capture 10% of that market. This gives us an initial market opportunity of $6 million. Our bookings are easily replicable in new geographies as well. Even though in Q4 we aim to have 25 bookings per month, as we expand into new cities, we'll hit to 200 bookings per month, all the way to Q4 when we expand into 200 new cities. Our vision for the globe. The US mid-sized events industry is a large pie. It's roughly $60 billion right now. But as we've discussed, the trends in decentralized work actually mean that it's an expanding pie. We think that this is going to continue to grow over the next couple of years, and EV aims to sit squarely in the middle to capture this market. Established event market leaders are focused on smaller gatherings like Yelp, OpenTable, and Resi. Other event providers are also focused on larger 100+ gatherings like the Knot, Triple Seat. These are bespoke events that are very hard to scale because they require a lot of back and forth communication. Where EV stands to benefit is to sit squarely in the market for mid-size event gatherings. Our team, we've hosted over 1,000 events together since 2008. Nick Molina is a talented developer after getting experience at GoDaddy, and I myself was a startup lawyer at Latham & Watkins. We've put together an incredible advisory team, including Sarah Parks, who's an events manager at Hulu, who gives us fantastic insight into what the customers want. Alex Cantor is a skilled operator himself. He's fundraised $30 million in a complementary startup to ours. He works with venues and helps get them more profits. Theo Lee is also a talented operator. He's helped us really scale our operations from a small to a much larger operation. We are fundraising $400,000. With this money, we can get 300 more event providers, get those 40 corporate clients we've discussed, and unlock 200 bookings a month. This is the team we need to accomplish these objectives, and we can't wait to get it. I would look forward to meeting everyone in the breakout rooms, and we look forward. Thank you so much for hearing us.
Hi, I'm Leah Lowe, COO of UmiMind and proud Anderson alum.
And I'm Melanie Murphy, CEO of UmiMind. We connect future parents with egg donors and surrogates. Most of us dream of someday having a family, but for 180 million people worldwide who struggle with infertility, that dream can feel impossible. Now, we often hear about IVF as a treatment for infertility, but did you know that 1 in 10 IVF cycles includes an egg donor or surrogate? Finding an egg donor is not easy. In fact, it was the most difficult time of my life. My doctor gave me this huge folder full of fertility attorneys, fertility lenders, fertility medications, and this long list of egg donor agencies. And I registered with every single agency. And then I logged back in every single day just so that I had a large enough egg donor pool to search from. Now, my background is in commercial real estate technology, and I can find you a $5 million building in a matter of minutes, but I could not find an egg donor because there's just no centralized database to search from. So that's why I created UmiMind. We make finding an egg donor or surrogate simple. If I would have had UmiMind when I was looking for a donor, it would have changed my life. I would have had one place to go to search through profiles from agencies and clinics all over the world to find my ideal donor. Then with one click, I would have been connected directly with their agency, with a fertility attorney and a fertility lender that same day. So here's how it works. Agencies and clinics upload and manage their donor and surrogate profiles, and parents find their ideal match and connect with agencies and affiliate services in just one click. And with all this aggregated content and data, UmiMind has now become the largest global egg donor and surrogate database in the world.
We have 4 revenue streams: subscriptions for our intended parents to our database, or if they want a helping hand finding that perfect match, we offer concierge services. For our agencies and IVF clinics, an annual subscription to our management platform. And we've worked out a revenue share program with our affiliate partners. UmiMind has created transparency in the marketplace by openly listing pricing. This really allows parents to know what cost to expect. They can search by an agency or independent-based egg donor or surrogate, or international or US-based. Now, going international or independent can save over $10,000 per cycle. In addition, the advanced technology being built into our platform is unprecedented in this industry and really allows us to scale quickly and move into industry verticals. Have you heard the increased chatter about fertility? The world sure has. In the last 10 years, as people are putting off having children, there has been a 70% increase in egg donation alone. Now, the market's expected to reach $36 billion by 2026. And this is really being driven by increased infertility, changing laws, and increasing success rates of fertility treatments. Now, parsing out just the services that UmiMind currently offers, as well as the affiliate, data, and concierge services, the obtainable market is roughly $1 billion. We built our closed MVP in 2018. We listened, we learned, and we rolled out our beta in 2019. Even while in beta mode, we are revenue generating, and we are building our egg donors, surrogates, and members every single day. This year, we won Rice University's Veterans Business Battle, and we're on track to launch our new HIPAA compliant platform in early 2021, along with our affiliate services. Our international database has grown to over 8,000 egg donors and surrogates. These are incredibly giving women who want to help others attain their dreams of building a family. And we have more than 200 parent subscribers, one of whom has already given birth. Melanie is an Army veteran and lifelong entrepreneur with experience in tech sales. My background has been dedicated to reproductive health and healthcare operations. Stuart scales startups and builds IT solutions. With over 60 years of experience and a dynamite advisory team, we are making dreams come true.
Okay, so the fertility market is hot and growing. We're raising $400,000 to knock this out of the water. So come join us on this fast-moving journey to create families and change lives. Thank you.
People have been planning for generations. It's how we progress as individuals and as a society. We plan for college, retirement, vacation, even pets, but we don't plan for end of life. Prudential's billboards literally call us out. People spend more time looking at billboards than planning for retirement. Is anyone in the audience shocked to hear that 6 in 10 people don't have a shred of an estate plan? I learned this firsthand when my grandmother passed in 2017. My name is Christopher Barbaro, and we are Rest. We walk customers through the unfamiliar and inaccessible estate planning process while keeping lawyers involved. When we hear the words estate planning, we think about the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, even Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. The reality is that everyone has an estate and should be planning. Understandably, who wants to think about death? Perhaps if there was a roadmap to walk us through this, we'd be more forthcoming about our wishes. Lawyers aren't salespeople. They're spending over $500 to acquire a single estate planning customer. Between the time and the money they spend, as customers, we're still left thoroughly unconvinced, and the numbers show. Lawyers are great lawyers. Unfortunately, they end up getting tied up educating and collecting data from the customer. This takes away from what they do best, organizing your estate. In other words, they aren't converting paying customers at the rate they should. Rest is a one-stop shop for customers and lawyers to communicate and collaborate on estate plans. No more window shopping for your estate plan. Our target customers are sole practitioners. The value proposition is strongest here because practice management software saves on overhead related to prospecting and nurturing functions. We've just finished our user testing last week and are currently in the market with a beta version of the product. The common thread and theme from customers and lawyers is, why didn't something like this exist sooner? These sole practicing lawyers spend nearly $700 million on marketing. Given the fraction of the population that plans, I think we all can agree that these dollars can be more wisely spent. As a business, there are growth opportunities within the estate planning industry by offering more solutions and directly targeting customers. However, what I'm most excited about is the scalability of our product. By applying our communication and collaboration tool to other verticals such as financial services, insurance, and accounting, we can achieve some very real growth early on. Our core business model is SaaS. We'll charge our lawyers to invite their prospective customers to the REST platform and interact with them. We'll begin tiering our pricing for lawyers who want more customization out of our white labeled product. Because our platform is built to handhold customers through the estate planning journey, we plan on selling our leads to lawyers. Further, we have the ability to tier the cost of these leads because of the customer experience we offer. In this example, our lawyer is paying our base subscription fee of $100 per month and has purchased 2 leads from us for a total monthly revenue of $350. As a customer, when you plan today, you have 2 options that are both black boxes: lawyers or legal tech. By building a platform where customers and lawyers can collaborate, we put ourselves on the right side of an industry that has been long resistant to change. Customers benefit from a greater customer experience, and lawyers generate more business as a direct result of that improved experience. With time, we believe our lawyers will be willing to lower their prices given the demand we're going to be able to generate for their services. We are in conversation with industry leaders across fintech, wealth management, and legal tech verticals, and are engaging with product advisors to really hone and shape our product experience. I feel confident as a solo founder, and I'm looking forward to taking this business to the next level with the right key strategic hires. In just 3 years, we have the potential to grow this business and our bottom line to $4 million with a little less than 1% of all estate planners and less than 1% of our target customer. We'll break even on the business after 2 years. We have a unique angle to increase the share of Americans who would take estate planning more seriously, a strong foundation of early evangelist customers in our beta launch, and most importantly, a target customer and sole practicing lawyers who understand our value proposition. A $300,000 pre-seed round will enable us to scale our traction with lawyers, establish a baseline MRR, and begin interacting with customers in a more meaningful way. REST has addressed a standing industry problem for both sides of the market rather than one. In doing so, we've created a secure communication and collaboration platform for financial, insurance, and legal advisors to manage their clients online. By working with lawyers instead of against them, we're well positioned to bring accessibility to the estate planning industry and get people to take planning of all kinds much, much more seriously. Based on my own experience, I knew people needed this. It's why I created REST. We brought customers and lawyers together. Why hasn't this existed before? I'm Christopher Barbaro, and we are REST. Thank you all very much.
Hi, my name is Garima Narang, and I am the co-founder of Fresh Curry Chefs. Fresh Curry Chefs is a family-owned business that's changing the way people enjoy Indian food. We provide meal kits that allow anyone to cook authentic Indian food in just 15 minutes using only one saucepan. Indian food is versatile and flavorful and has had a budding appearance in traditionally American-based cuisine providers. So what are the options for the typical Indian food consumer? Well, there's your occasional, usually inauthentic ethnic food option available with any meal kit delivery service. Then there's your 5-minute frozen TV dinner, which may give you the biggest bang for your buck, but is oftentimes low quality and lacks the freshness of real Indian food. The most common option is probably takeout from your local Indian restaurant. However, these restaurants often add heavy and unhealthy ingredients to enhance the food's flavor and can get quite pricey as a dinner option. Lastly, there's your highest quality and cheapest option, a home-cooked meal. However, home-cooked Indian food isn't accessible to everyone. After moving away for college, I grew tired of these subpar options and attempted cooking Indian food from scratch myself. However, a typical Indian meal uses over 20 ingredients and can take more than 2 hours to make. I would end up FaceTiming my mom throughout the cooking process, consulting her expertise and technique, even to make simple dishes. That's when I thought to myself, I can't be the only one going through this. There has to be another solution. From there, Fresh Curry Chefs was born. At our company, we retain the integrity of authentic Indian cuisine without the time investment of a home-cooked meal. With our proprietary packaging of semi-prepared ingredients, we found a way to bring my mom into your kitchen. Our recipes are simple and affordable and allow anyone to create authentic dinners in minutes. We never rope you into a subscription, so you can order when you want and how you want. Our team is specialized based on experience. We work closely with celebrity chef Harpal Singh to develop our culinary database and fine-tune our family recipes to adapt them to the meal kits. We also work with entrepreneur and owner of 30 Denny's franchises, Ajay Kashyap, who is on board as a professional advisor to our team. Fresh Curry Chefs is not a traditional meal kit company. We allow customers to buy meal kits a la carte without a subscription. Our recipe is minimized cooking time and time spent in the kitchen by eliminating prep, minimizing cook, and eliminating lengthy cleanup from your dinner routine. Our use of quality ingredients brings freshness and authentic Indian flavor to all of our meals, and our dinners cost an average of only $6.50 per serving. To date, we have grossed over $150,000 in sales. Our customers have the option to take home meal kits or have our chefs prepare any of our meal kits in our tasting kitchen for an additional fee. We've had over 7.3% month-over-month growth despite COVID, and over 500 orders in September alone. We've also had more than 5,000 customers search for our business directly in September of this year. We have 5-star reviews on multiple platforms, and customers rave about the simplicity, quality, and taste of our product. Our business is gaining local traction and creating a media buzz. We have a growing amount of followers on our social media, have been featured in several newspaper articles, and were even interviewed for a segment on the show Destination LA, which airs on CBS next month. We began turning the idea of fresh and fast Indian food into a viable product in 2019. After product validation, we launched our e-commerce website and opened up a tasting kitchen in Camarillo, California in January of this year. Currently, we have delivery capabilities throughout Ventura County. We use a hub and spoke model to maximize efficiency and scale the business to grow. We are hoping to expand our service capabilities to SoCal and NorCal starting next year. To do this, we need your help. To establish distribution partners, open a satellite kitchen in NorCal, and increase our marketing efforts so we can bring Fresh Curry Chefs meal kits to kitchens across the state. Once again, my name is Garima Narang. I look forward to speaking with you more about Fresh Curry Chefs in the demo booths. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nirav Patel, and I'm the founder and CEO of Amtron Medical. Amtron's mission is to save more lives, and today I'm going to tell you how we plan to do it. Do you know that according to the World Health Organization, 1 out of 6 deaths under the age of 5 happen due to respiratory illness? That is 880,000 deaths per year. That is an alarming 1 death every 36 seconds. Now that is a serious number. And what we learned is 80 to 90% of these happen in low to medium income countries. And the surprising fact is most of these are avoidable by timely access to affordable respiratory care. And that is the problem we are trying to solve. The problem is not just limited to developing countries. We learned that 1/3 of the ventilators in the United States are deployed in neonatal ICUs. But still, when the COVID crisis hit, several hospitals throughout the United States were repurposing these ventilators for COVID patients, leaving the most vulnerable lives at risk. This is a serious problem. I've spent 15 years of my career developing respiratory products and also have several patents in my name. So we decided to help. We at Amtron Medical have developed a patent pending product, SimplyVent, which is a neonatal bridge ventilator. It is a simple ventilator that is safe and effective. It is low cost and is scalable and manufacturable to address the needs of a pandemic like this. In the picture, you see how SimplyVent connects to an existing hospital infrastructure using a proprietary tubing set. What you see here on the left is bubble CPAP, which is the gold standard mode of treatment for neonates. If the severity of illness goes high, then they are transitioned to a critical care ventilator. But a ventilator costs $20,000 to $30,000 and requires special training to use and operate. Our product SimplyVent fits in the middle of these two, bridging the gap. Our product SimplyVent can treat mild to moderate severity of illness at a lower cost to operate. It requires less training to operate, and it comes at a fraction of cost compared to a critical care ventilator. And that is our value proposition. We developed so far 2 versions of prototype for our product and have given them out to hospitals for evaluation. And we've received exceptional feedback on this product. Now, what we are doing next is developing a commercial version of this product and trying to get to the next stage. I have a family business in India that is involved in designing, manufacturing, and marketing respiratory products, including ventilators. We're using their help to develop this product further and to come up with a commercial version of this product. Once the commercial version of the product is designed, we plan to test it here in the United States, followed by the 510(k) submission for the product. To put together a good product, one needs a great team. Our team, we have put together a cross-functional team that has decades of experience in clinical science, in medical device design, finance, and consulting. A couple of us on our team also have experience in working in startups and have also worked for major respiratory care companies in the past. We also have a couple of people who have patents in respiratory domain, which are quite relevant to this product. Using our product SimplyVent and the proprietary tubing set, we plan to capture 5% of the neonatal respiratory care market by year 5. We plan to sell our product SimplyVent at a price tag of $995 and plan to sell the tubing set that comes along with it at an average price of $40. Now, let me remind you one thing. The tubing set is a recurring source of revenue for us. It's changed every patient every 7 days. Hence, that contributes to a significant portion of the revenues. What we are trying to raise now is $500,000 to fund this project. With the amount of $500,000, we plan to file the we plan to conduct the clinical testing on the product and plan to file the 510(k) once product development is completed. We are also seeking out for connections in clinical and legal community to make this happen. Now, if you think about it, I've been talking for the last 5 minutes, and in those last 5 minutes, almost 8 lives could have been saved. Our mission here is to save more lives. Help us make it happen. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Taylor Heisley Cook, co-founder and CEO of The Herd Co. We make it possible to make clothes from agricultural waste. So when we reach for our favorite t-shirt, we don't often think about what it took to get that shirt into our closet or really even consider what it was made from. But the apparel industry actually relies on a lot of land and water every year to grow crops. to make fabric. And within the next 10 years or so, they're going to need twice as much of that material to keep up with demand. That is just not possible. We simply don't have the land and the water to do that. And brands know it. The industry is hungry for sustainable and closed loop materials that will allow them to continue meeting demand without decimating the planet. So right now, clothes are made from three main kinds of fabric. Natural fabrics like cotton, linen, or hemp, synthetic fabrics like polyester, acrylic, or nylon, and man-made cellulosic fabrics, which, if you're wearing one today, you'll see one of these highlighted names up here on your care tag, so check that out. This is actually the fastest growing part of the textile industry. It's a $25 billion industry right now, doubled its market share in the past 10 years, projected to double again in the next 5 to 10, and these fabrics are made from trees. Over 150 million trees every year are logged, processed into a feedstock pulp, which then becomes a fiber and eventually becomes clothing. Now, the Herd Co. disrupts this process by using agricultural waste instead of trees to produce agrelose, a brand new feedstock pulp made entirely from agricultural waste. But the best part is we sell it for the same price as tree-based pulp. Our patented process makes it possible. Until our technology, it was not possible to produce a viable feedstock pulp from non-tree sources. Here's our team. David and I met in graduate school at the Bren School of Environmental Science and Management at UCSB. I have a background in the materials and sustainability department of an apparel brand, and David has a background at a sustainable textile venture fund. Our CTO, Charles, invented the technology as a PhD student at UC Riverside, where he's now a professor. And Michael has nearly 30 years experience commercializing technology. Ciara is an industry veteran, having spent years in business development at a global fiber manufacturer and also as a textile developer at Patagonia. We're also thankful to have an amazing team of advisors behind us who are helping us scale and bring our tech to market. So, more about our technology. Our award-winning technology is really special. In addition to the savings from using waste instead of trees, our tech uses half the water and 350 times less energy than traditional pulpers. On top of that, we are a true zero emission process. Now, all of these environmental savings add up to real cost savings. While it costs most pulping companies about $550 to produce a ton of pulp, it costs the Herd Co. less than $300 to produce a ton of agrelose. We're able to offer a sustainable product without a price premium, and this really sets us apart amongst our peers. We are the only company that's able to offer this sustainable good at the same price as the unsustainable, tree-based industry standard that's being manufactured on a massive scale. This is a huge deal for brands. Cost is traditionally the biggest barrier for brands wanting to make a sustainable choice. They just can't afford to spend more so deep in their supply chain. And brands are really excited about agrelose. We're actually already working with a major brand. They're taking 5 kilograms of agrelose through their supply chain to produce a fabric sample come November. At that point, these 5 brands you see up here are ready to go. They are excited to produce garments with agrelose-based fabric once they can touch the fabric in November and understand how they can best use it. The past 6 months in the accelerator were immensely productive for us. We were able to open and close a $100,000 funding round. We secured our technology license from UC Riverside. We hired Michael, Charles, and Ciara. We brought in our first revenue, and we got this partnership with the major brand. All that to say, we are on track to do these debut collections with our partner brands next year. And by 2022, our production facility should be bringing in almost $5 million in revenue. To make all of this happen, we will be opening a $2 million seed round to build our pilot facility. The location is already sited and zoned. We just need to put the equipment in it and start producing agrelose for our brand partners. So once again, I'm Taylor. We are the Herd Co. We make it possible to make clothes from agricultural waste, and we look forward to speaking with you at the reception. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Taylor. So you all just heard from 10 stellar companies that participated in our programs this past year. And as you all know, Anderson prides itself on decades of successful entrepreneurship programming and launching startups. So in order to highlight the continued traction our companies enjoy, you'll now hear from 4 alumni companies that participated in the Anderson programs, giving quick highlight updates on the progress they've made so far. So we'll start with Greg, class of 2019, representing Daylight Community Development. Greg?
Well, thanks for joining us. My name is Greg Cominor. I'm a partner at Daylight Community Development. Daylight Community Development, which was founded in 2018, is an affordable housing development company focused on combating our affordable and homeless housing crises. We use innovative construction techniques, specifically modular construction, and new innovative financing strategies like bringing more private capital to the industry in order to create a more cost-effective and expedient delivery of affordable and supportive housing here in Los Angeles. We have over 60,000 homeless individuals living on the streets throughout the county, and we need new ways to build faster and cheaper. Daylight was actually founded out of UCLA Anderson in 2018, specifically in the BCO program. Me and my 2 partners, Aaron Sassoonian and Sonia Falcone, are members of the 2019 alumni class in the full-time program. These are a few of our renderings throughout some of our projects. We have over 200 units under development. Otzi's Place, for example, is a 46-unit supportive housing development where we're partnering with the Downtown Women's Center. This is a project that will specifically target survivors of domestic violence and women experiencing homelessness. What you'll see in all of these projects, which is pretty unique, is we're actually using modular construction, which gets our costs down much lower than the industry norm. These projects are subject to stringent labor requirements and prevailing wage requirements. So by building off-site and using and partnering with our modular manufacturer based in Boise, Idaho, we can actually bring these costs down and be really industry leading in terms of a cost per unit basis. Our projects are all hovering around $400,000 per unit, where the industry norm is more like $600,000 per unit. What we're really looking for in terms of investment is a short-term pre-development note that's high yield yet unsecured. All of our projects are financed with low-income housing. Successful, we've repaid them, and they've gotten these projects moving very efficiently. So looking forward to talking further over the next several hours, and thank you for listening.
Hi, I'm Molly. I'm Hannah Anderson, class of 2011, and we're the co-founders of Hakuna Brands. We make incredible plant-based ice cream with a simply good for you base. Now, we've been best friends for over 15 years, and in that time, a lot has changed, but something that hasn't is our love of ice cream. Something that has our dietary needs. We both became lactose intolerant in our early 20s, and we couldn't find the perfect non-dairy ice cream, so we created it. Hakuna Banana is bananas, coconuts, dates. And Totes Oats is made with oat milk, and both live under the umbrella of 100% plant-based, no refined sugar, just simply good for you fun. Today, we have a line of 12 SKUs with a blended margin of 42% with line of sight to higher margins with scale. And keep in mind, this is in line with CPG. So how big is our opportunity? Well, the total ice cream market is $13 billion. And while conventional ice cream has been stagnant, better for you brands have had double-digit growth, similar to what we're seeing in almond and oat milk versus conventional dairy milk. We currently partner with some of the biggest names in the natural food space, and we recently launched in Costco for a late summer test in the Los Angeles region. According to our buyer, we've outperformed the category, and we're really excited to continue to grow our relationship with them. Since our launch in 2017, we've experienced massive growth. We're currently in over 700 retail doors across 15 states, and we're poised to grow rapidly over the next few years. Hannah and I share a deep passion for CPG, and we've built our careers around innovating in the food space. We've been really honored to have been recognized by our industry leaders, and we're really excited for the opportunities ahead. We've built a small and mighty team, including a few mentors who are industry leaders. We're currently raising a seed round, and that will help us expand our national plans. But at the end of the day, we really just make ice cream. We make something delicious that's better for us and better for the planet. And frankly, this is the future of how we're going to eat. So please join us in some simply good for you fun. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mark Weinstock, and I'm here today to talk to you about our company, iGPS. Launched in late 2017, iGPS is a hardware-enabled SaaS company that does two things. First, we make smartwatches, geolocation, and personal safety devices for children and seniors. Second, we developed a proprietary SaaS platform that allows other companies to track and locate their devices, such as wearables, connected IoT, and other tracking devices. iGPS was featured in the fall 2018 Anderson Venture Accelerator showcase. At that time, our only product was our Wizard smartwatch, which is a feature-rich mobile communication device and smartwatch for children between the ages of 3 and 11. This watch was designed to give parents a peace of mind and children the freedom and security to know that their parents are only a phone call or text away. Our children's watch features an integrated SIM card and works with an app on the parent's phone so that they know where their children are at all times. Since we appeared at the 2018 showcase, we have nearly tripled our number of subscribers for the Wizard watch. Earlier this year, we launched our second personal safety smartwatch designed exclusively for seniors, the Phoenix watch. Our sleek and easy to use design provides the same reliable cellular and Wi-Fi service and tracking capabilities as our kids' smartwatch, but it also has a heart rate monitor, Alexa Assist, and a platform that integrates with remote third-party monitoring companies. The Phoenix watch also works with a smartphone app that friends and family members have on their phones to better locate and communicate with their loved ones. Better yet, this device is Medicaid eligible and covered by insurance. We have agreements in place to sell these devices to companies who supply them to seniors at little or no cost through Medicaid or their private insurance provider. At the end of 2019, we acquired a company called SafetyNet, which provides radio frequency and Bluetooth-enabled bracelets for seniors. This is now our third product. These devices are also covered by insurance, resulting in zero cost to the user. These bracelets have a 1-year battery life and integrate with local law enforcement departments, enabling police departments to locate missing persons wearing our device. We are about to launch our second round of funding to raise money to acquire more inventory for our newly designed 4G-enabled Wizard watch, to launch a new marketing campaign, hire key personnel as we continue to expand and grow our subscriber and product base, and to support increased sales anticipated from licensing relationships in which we are in the late stage of negotiations. We have so much more to our story and some exciting new developments, so please come see us after the showcase in our virtual booth. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sajjan, founder and CEO of Liquid. As a leader of a modern company, you know that the success of your startup or the growth of your company lies in finding the right talent for your team. But teams look different today than they used to. Along with your employees, you might have a law firm, a sales consultant in Europe, a dev shop in South America. It's easier than ever to find and work with talent wherever they are, and we're never going back to the days of being limited only to full-time local headcount. But contracting and paying the modern workforce is a whole other story. Think about the last time you hired an outside agency or a consultant. How many steps, departments, or systems did it take for you to execute contracts, collect tax forms, agree to scopes, process invoices, and pay? You know the tools you're using aren't designed for this new way of working, so you're hacking your payroll or your accounts payable system to work. But are they? This is where Liquid comes in, the fastest and easiest way to contract and pay your global flexible workforce. Liquid is tailored for the new workforce, so it takes less than 1 minute to invite and onboard them with your proper contract and documents, define and agree to work orders, and confidently pay associated invoices. Because everything is in one system, you can see your upcoming cash needs and have more control around what is being agreed to, as well as payments being made. Our experienced team, who has worked together for over 10 years, originally built Liquid for our own needs. We recently came out of beta to share Liquid to our customer base of startups, content creators, and agency who love that we have a reliable, easy, and affordable way to work with their global flexible teams. Our pricing starts at $29 per month, plus transaction fees of $3 per US and $8 for international invoices paid. Our partnership with a large global bank allows for secure 2-day payment to over 175 countries. And our institutional seed funding from last year is helping us get Liquid out to more customers now. If you're interested in checking out Liquid, we'd love to give you a quick demo and set you up. Save time, save money, and most of all, build the best, most expansive team to accelerate your growth. Go Liquid, it's what we do.
And that is a wrap for the presentations. I'm Will Freese, the Senior Program Coordinator on the Accelerator team, and we would like to invite you to join us in the showroom for live networking and company demos. To get there, you will take the elevator to the upper floors or click the side menu on your screen. Thank you all again for your time and support. It's what helps us create the impact experience tonight.